Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is game 2 for DominateDominion number 9. This is the finals. There we go. I can talk again. This is the finals. It's a best of 3. It's the first time we're doing it, and I'm super glad we are. This is Chobra with Gandair as my co-caster. And as everyone loads super fast on both these teams, we will wait until going in to do specific team introductions. But if you were here for game 1, you know exactly who they are. And also, if you've been around for Dominion, some well-known players and teams here for the Dominion community.
Yep, this is going to be if this game is as exciting as the last one, you guys are going to have to watch the VOD after this. The VODs, which are the videos from this tournament of all the games. I'm recording all of them. They're going to get posted to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/VATOCLAN. You're going to see some camera point of views that you probably didn't see on the stream. So if you want to see some of the fights that you missed, you definitely want to check those out because we can't have the screen in 2 places. And loaded into the game, now we have blind pick Banditos on the left. They are down 0-1 in this series, with Point Defense having 1 win so far in this best of 3. And we have zimike playing as Janna, Talith PA playing as Bunny Riven, Elalya playing as Poppy, Jjaja playing as Darius, and Aparkhurst playing as Cassiopeia. Chobra, who do we have on the other side of the map?
On the purple side, we have Point Defense, who are leading 1-0 in this series in the finals. We have Sauron on Wukong. We have Malphite being played by MMKH. We have Ezreal being played by ZaberZ. Warwick being played by FDru. And last but not least, Maokai being played by Nekrogen.
Looking at the items, nothing seems weird or out of the ordinary by any means. Looks like I feel like Thornmail for Malphite, but it could be something else. I see 2 chalices down there, probably gonna get turned into Athenes later on. We got the you got the Sheen prereqs on Poppy. Other than that, it's boots, pots, pro items, 2 health crystals on Warwick. Alright, that's different. I don't know what the hell that does, but it does something, and we're gonna find out.
Yeah, but they're sticking with the whole thing we talked about, them just being absolutely meaty. I mean, yeah, I mean, 2 ruby crystals, they don't synergize as like 1 item, but it can of course be split into various health items. Ruby crystal, pretty much the blasting wand for health items, gonna be part of almost every fully built item. We are going to start the skirmish happen. Ezreal taking that position in that top push, putting out a lot of good poke already onto zimike with those mystic shots. Darius goes right into apprehends 2 people. The exhaust goes down onto Talith, and now Jjaja. Malphite's running very low. Riven trying to stop the damage coming up from ZaberZ. Malphite's going to get taken down, but Darius was taken down first for first blood. Riven now being focused down afterwards, and Wukong's going to get a double kill, finishing off Poppy. Zimike's just going to be forced to run away against these 3 scary looking dudes until Darius gets here with Riven and Poppy falling shortly behind with that revive speed, but they're going to cap it right away, and all of them are sitting pretty healthily, so they're going to be able to stick around.
Yep, and you know, zimike not taking revive in this build, opting for a Garrison and an Exhaust. Aparkhurst getting caught at the bottom end of the map, however, between MMKH and Nekrogen, and is going to go down. That's a pretty brutal thing to have happen early on in the game. However, Elalya and Aparkhurst coming right back in with the revive are going to be down that end of the map to prevent any sort of caps or anything like that. On the other side of the map, over near the drill, Sauron's getting caught between Jjaja and Talith PA and going to get taken down there. ZaberZ going to pop off a couple of shots with that arcane shift there, do a little bit of damage, but isn't actually going to get any kills. He is going to force Talith PA away, though. FDru and ZaberZ over here. FDru not 6, we don't have to worry about that suppressed quite yet. Otherwise, Jjaja would probably be in a really world of hurt right there. But right now, he's just kind of hanging out. And Sauron coming in from behind there and is going to get caught. Going to get hit a little bit and going to retreat there. And Sauron breaking off before reaching the speed shrine, hanging out in the bushes, watching everything that's going on. Hey guys, you can't see me. I'm in the tall grass. Bring your Pokeballs, folks. That's how you get him. And up at the top now, looks like it's going to be a blind pick Banditos sandwich in a second.
Yep, they're setting up, and already this game we just see both teams shifting focus right away after that first cap. They want to make this game really, really mobile. They want to be fluid. Both teams just spreading out and keeping an eye out on every point of vision they have and hiding in bushes when they can to really counteract as soon as they can. Elalya right now trying to just get this point back against both Nekrogen and MMKH. Puts the ultimate down. Maokai also already used his ultimate. It's down for about a 30-second cooldown or so. Talith PA now comes in for the assist as Nekrogen is in a bit of a bad place. Meanwhile, Aparkhurst forces MMK out. Nekrogen tries to use Tilt's advantage to get away, but is going to get taken down. Elalya is going to start neutralizing this point. Meanwhile, though, look at the refinery. Sauron taking some damage, but right now Darius is in a bad place. It's a 3v1. Talith PA trying to come as soon as possible to help with that, is going to show up and help defend this point. The point is still on blue team's side, so they're going to be able to chase them away. FDru kind of in a bad place right now.
Yep, FDru is having to deal with Darius, and ooh, that looked brutal. I need to turn my graphics up because that was so cool. Really managed that on a higher setting. Talith PA clearing out these minions and things like that. Yeah, I felt like I was watching a fighting game when that happened. That's like a fatality move right there. Nekrogen and Aparkhurst trading some bits down bottom, middle of the map. Sauron hanging out in the bushes. ZaberZ over there as well, trying to stop Elalya from getting that Storm Shield Poppy. Very, very scary. Very, very high burst potential. You do not want her to be able to get a hold of that. And looks like both teams kind of trying to find a position right now. Neither one of them has a spot they want to get in, and we're gonna find Sauron there, taking a big chunk out of Elalya's health. Got the airborne goes off, and Elalya is not looking good. Yeah, she's gonna get picked off right there. Talith PA decides to pick a fight with ZaberZ, but she's gonna go flip-flop away from there with her little bunny bounce that she has. And Janna with the little tornado there as extra insurance for them to try and get away. Darius is going to take the Storm Shield instead there. No one is able to get there to contest him from getting that. And he's going to go ahead and retreat a little bit. Riven going to dash away, not want to engage with Wukong. There we go. FDru now, part of the fight. And Jjaja taking a lot of damage. Sauron stealths out back away, just waiting for his cooldown to come back up before dashing right back into the fight to help take out Talith PA. And zimike, the last one alive, being chased down by the entirety of point defense now. Elalya over there by the refinery also. It likes to jump onto the point and try and defend it, but she's in a very, very tricky spot to try and defend. Walks up with an AA, charge over there, just trying to keep things disrupted until her teammates can get back on the field.
Very, very good plays coming out, but that's what I mentioned pre-game. Just that ult combination coming out from Warwick, Malphite, possibly Wukong and Ezreal. It's just so much damage to Elalya right now in a very bad spot, running super, super low. Jjaja just trying to do what he can to walk around this fight and put out enough balance damage to continue that killing spree with that ultimate. Uses Apprehension to finish off Malphite. Janna's going to actually pick up that double kill. They will be able to take Refinery back. Meanwhile, there was a little bit of a trade between Aparkhurst and Nekrogen in bot at the Boneyard. Nekrogen played it very, very well, baited Aparkhurst all the way through the tower, despite Aparkhurst using that offensive Garrison to go through the tower, was taking too much damage, got twisted advanced upon, and they traded 1-for-1. Meanwhile, zimike is making a run for the windmill now, gonna just help clear out this minion wave to push it up as Riven is catching up and Poppy also making their way, so the game is shifting right back into a bit more of a traditional sense where the focus right now is going to be the windmill. Poppy's gonna get here along with Riven. They're gonna start the neutralize. Can they finish it? No, the two-shot barrage is gonna come out. It's gonna stop the cap from Elalya. Talith PA will be able to continue, but Malphite's running right in without any fear. FDru running also to make sure to stop all the caps before they begin fighting. And wow, look at just that damage, and Wukong ulting as soon as they are all ready to put out that sustained damage. ZaberZ shows up with the Storm Shield. Jjaja is forced to run. Elalya also running very low, trying to take out Sauron, but isn't able to do so. That clone is going to save Sauron a little bit more time to put out that damage. ZaberZ is going to pick it up with that Storm Shield damage coming out on Jjaja, and they will be able to recap the windmill for point defense. Point defense being very commanding right now. However, Aparkhurst finally gets the kill onto Nekrogen and bot and is going to go for the Boneyard.
Yeah, you were absolutely right earlier on before the game where you talked about there being a lot of airbornes going off. Gravity was definitely the loser in that last engagement as well. And Aparkhurst can get chased away from that point, low on health, does not want to get caught by anyone because Cassiopeia tends to be a little bit squishy. The burst potential is there for her to get killed. ZaberZ is hanging out over by the speed shrine there, and he looks like he's just going to be hanging around. Poppy goes up towards the windmill, looks like trying to get there. Nope, gets interrupted by ZaberZ with the skill shot there. And takes a little bit of a hit from the tower, but nothing major. Down at the bottom end, things are going crazy, however. There is a Garrison down on the tower. Sauron's trying to get a cap in on it. FDru's trying to keep people off him. Jjaja's trying to defend this as best he can. zimike's floating, doing a little bit here and there, and it looks like the attack might be foiled for the moment.
Wow, that was some insane play. Cassiopeia used the ultimate to stop them right before the tower. Janna came in with the Eye of the Storm, and then Cassiopeia moved forward a little bit to dodge the Malphite. Of course, was taken down afterwards, but now we have Jjaja coming in for that help. MMKH just trying to port back as soon as possible as Malphite holds them back, but Jjaja putting out a lot of damage, especially with that damage buff. Look at that burst coming out from Darius. Well, we did see ZaberZ pick up another kill, and now yet another next to the windmill. They want to cap this back as soon as possible to snowball that lead they have of those 3 caps. Blind pick doing what they can to continue to try to come back. They're holding 3 caps here and there briefly, but just not long enough to have a solid comeback to catch up in points just yet. But the game's not over. Aparkhurst is going to get caught 2v1 the wow, just that ultimate almost nearly overkill. Sauron just bursting down Cassiopeia. Elalya is going to pick up the kill onto Warwick, but ZaberZ is now here just trying to defend as long as possible. But Jjaja, too much burst damage. That AD caster, bruiser, all sorts of combination champion, Darius, assassin. Elalya still living with 20 health, is just running away from MMKH, trying to see if she can delay this. Meanwhile, top zimike running a tad bit low, but he's going to pick up that health shrine while Jjaja makes his way down to fight MMKH at this refinery, as Poppy has still lived with just so little health.
Yeah, Poppy doing a very, very, very good job of delaying with, you know, health in the 20s, painkiller level health down there, and Janna gets interrupted at the last second, it looks like, by ZaberZ, who cuts up to the top there, but now Jjaja's up there in the fight, and ZaberZ is not going to take down zimike, probably. And Jjaja's doing some damage there. However, FDru comes up into the fight and helps to finish him off. Janna goes ahead and backs off from that. The bottom point was secured by point defense. They now have control over that. Elalya and Talith are on that end of the map. However, we'll see if they decide to go dive for it or not. No, Nekrogen gets caught off the point and gets obliterated right there. However, Talith meets the same fate moments later, and Elalya drops down the ult there with the buying some time for Jjaja to get there as well, and MMKH around on the bottom end of the point trying to defend. No, gets apprehended by Jjaja. Yet the defensive Garrison goes down for MMKH. Just wants to hold on to that point for absolutely as long as possible. And for bottom, no one up near the upper end of the map. The refinery now is going to get neutral and probably going to get picked up.
Oh, my point defense is just all over this map. They've constantly had 2 people bot, but they've had enough firepower and just trading of champions to see who is better fitted in the top, along with ZaberZ to help put out that damage. ZaberZ is going to walk just right into Aparkhurst's face as Aparkhurst just checked out that health relic, uses the ultimate to stay alive a little bit longer, but Maokai is going to help come lock her down, pick up that kill. Meanwhile, Elalya not in a very good place. FDru chasing with that storm shield, but is going to back off as Janna has shown up for a little bit more defense. So Jjaja seeing if he can pick up anyone, but Wukong's going to come in. He's going to use that clone to get out of there ASAP. Riven's going to try to chase with Broken Wings and her ultimate activated, but FDru comes right back in and now has that speed boost off of Bloodstone, is going to just stick to Jjaja. Meanwhile, Talith is going to get bursted down. ZaberZ is now going to keep Elalya at bay as Sauron goes right back in for these kills. Sauron wants to just jump in, puts the damage, and now bounces right back out. Shot barrage coming in, actually is not able to hit anyone but scattered them a little bit. MMKH gets apprehended by Darius, is now stuck between the entire enemy team. 4v1. MMKH surely will go down. Can Sauron survive for the time being? No, jumps right back in, and if FDru is now going to chase down zimike, but zimike uses Monsoon to live a little bit longer. Bloodstone is activated, but Darius putting out enough hurt to chase off both ZaberZ and FDru for the time being, is actually going to continue chasing. Meanwhile, Elalya is starting to neutralize the windmill.
I could not fit all that on my screen, but I chased it around as best I could. FDru's still alive there. Elalya gets interrupted from her move that she was trying to make on the windmill there. There's people all over the map. Aparkhurst and Nekrogen seem to be the most consistent, still down at the bottom of the map trading shots. And Nekrogen a little bit low on health, but he seems to be doing well. And with FDru down this end of the map, it looks like they might be going for Aparkhurst. And yes, jumps in with the suppress right there. Aparkhurst is going to go down. Nekrogen not quite going to make it out of there. Poison of Cassiopeia does take him down. It does work on plants as well. Very, very rudent little thing that is. MMKH and Sauron over playing Ring Around the Rosie around little carnival tents here. Elalya getting caught. That's not very tasty. And ult goes down to keep her alive for a little bit longer. Now Sauron's in a bad spot as he gets killed by Blind Pick Banditos' entire team. And Talith backed off a little bit to the side, trying to find, or not Talith, ZaberZ, excuse me, that other person that plays AD champs over there on the end, and is going to get caught and going to get pulled right in by that apprehend there by Darius, and going to get killed there. And now it's up to MMKH to defend this point, but he's not able to do so. Just a second too late on interrupting Elalya there, and now with the airborne, the stun, the exhaust, the apprehend, MMKH, they're determined to not let him. Oh, never mind. Walls don't matter in this game mode. He just leaves.
Wow, good escape coming up from MMKH. Blind Pick finally has a 3-cap once again, but they need to hold on to this as long as possible. MMKH is actually making his way down towards Cassiopeia. No, it's just going to pick up that health early. Realize his team is still a little bit behind in the bottom lane. It's also still a 2v1 anyway. He's going to port back and make his way top as soon as possible. Sauron starting to cap once again, dodges the tornado with that Nimbus strike and is going to start neutralizing once again. But Jjaja is here. It's a 2v1 until anyone else can show up. Poppy's actually going to get there before anybody else, making it a 3v1. Sauron's gonna have to run away for the time being, but can they keep the others off the point? Jjaja and Elalya have chased a little too far, and now it's only zimike left, actually going to start porting back, allowing FDru to pick up that point if he wants to, and he's going straight forward. It's a free point. True Shot Barrage, meanwhile, comes down onto Jjaja. Jjaja and Elalya now in a little bit of a bad place, fighting necessary tower at the refinery, but MMKH doesn't care about tower damage. ZaberZ is getting just knocked away by Elalya, being able to kite quite well, though, using that speed shrine to his advantage, gets hero charge, and now Poppy's going to back off as Poppy just has to wait a little bit for that first damage. FDru did get the neutralize, didn't get the cap though, not yet. Talith PA actually clears out the minion with that ultimate, and that allowed to stop the push, but that's going to leave FDru open. Elalya comes in to pick up that kill onto ZaberZ though, and now it's a 2v1 duel against this giant
FDru has a lot of sustain. Will he be able to sustain this? And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to or not. That was an excellent play by Riven, wiping out that creep wave, because otherwise that tower would have been captured. FDru getting worn down, and it looks like he's going to get taken out, but now are they going to have enough time to capture this point before Malphite is able to arrive at the top tower? The bottom point has been neutralized as well. MMKH, bam, with the ultimate right through the top there. Gonna go for Elalya immediately, but a bunch of damage gets put down on him. Elalya might be able to escape. Talith PA over here. No, not quite. That rollout there gets the kill off on her, and MMKH gonna get broken wings. Very good skill to have. Takes him down, and ZaberZ comes up here, gets the interrupt on that, determined absolutely to not let them have that point under any circumstances. Cassiopeia and Darius on the bottom end of the map trying to secure that point. The True Shot Barrage goes through and hits zimike, but is not quite able to stop the point from being captured. Now zimike has to defend against Sauron and ZaberZ by himself, and I do not think that is going to go well, especially with FDru heading up to the top.
Yeah, not a very good play. Jjaja just leaves it to the minions and Aparkhurst to finish capping that point, making his way up top as that's where his team needs him. But zimike just taking so much damage, getting slowed constantly by FDru, now turning away as zimike has been chased far away from this windmill. Elalya now gets exhausted. Elalya taking too much damage in the 3v1 before Darius could get there. Sauron using that ultimate to put out a lot of damage, but Jjaja does pick, or actually the kill credit goes to Janna. Jjaja did put out that true damage, but now once again a 3v1. Zimike not able to stay in a fight fully, especially also because running at solo health, doesn't want to get picked off. FDru is running pretty low, trying to go for the interrupt, and Talith actually shows up to stop the cap. It is still in favor for Blind Pick. They're holding onto this windmill, but the minions finally help neutralize it, and now it's fully a 3v1 without any sort of tower advantage. Zimike showing up once again, uses Monsoon to just get away, but oh my, the unstoppable force into the face, and Janna is going to get taken down. Talith also gets taken down. They're going to be able to get that 3-cap back, and there's only 13 ticks left. Can a neutralize happen at this windmill? Poppy shows up out of nowhere in between everyone. ZaberZ and FDru started porting back. They're very low, but the Garrison comes out. MMKH taking so much damage though. Darius needs to start capping the tower once again. He is going to channel, but Essence Flux comes out. So much poke damage coming out from ZaberZ from across the wall. They're going to be able to hold on to that point for the victory with that last kill coming out through True Shot
and point defense is going to take away this series 2-0 in the finals of Dominate Dominion, the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 9.